Got another mod review for you today that I'm kind of cleaning off. So if you see my arms going around like this, it's because I'm cleaning up the mod. The mod that I'm going to be reviewing right now is the first mod. This mod is a Korean-made mod, and it's made by a modder named Tad. As you can see, it says Imagination by Tad. Alright, so story goes is that Tad is good friends with Kato. Everybody knows the Kato hammer. The same Kato. Alright. Apparently Tad is a new modder out of Korea, and this is apparently one of his first mods. That's why he calls it first mod by Tad. First impressions of the first mod is, as you can tell, it has got a high polished finish on it. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it. The only thing I don't like it is a fingerprint magnet. As you can see, if you can see, this lighting sucks in here, but this thing has got fingerprints all over it. I just got through cleaning it not even 2 minutes ago. Let's get into it. The first mod, this is 18650 mode. It does come in all three modes for anybody who is a 350 or 500 or 650 type of person, or even the 500 with a kick. It actually, I don't think you can put a kick on this, because if you do, I was watching another review of it the other day. If you do put a kick on it, you won't be able to get the bottom button, the firing button, on. Like it'll be sticking out like that, because it's with the kick in there. It almost fits, but it's about one good turn from being flush. So I'm not too sure if you can actually put a kick in it. Let's start from the top to the bottom. All right, this ring right here, this is a airflow control ring on the mod itself. If you have atomizers or tanks that don't have any airflow, this is what this ring is for. As you can see, this ring is reverse threaded. Okay, just so everybody knows, it is reverse threaded, and that is at the top. All right, I'll go ahead and take it off. You see the O-ring right here? This is what, when you screw it all the way down, it's what cuts off the airflow. Okay, if you look, it does have 3 air holes. They're tiny, very tiny. I think it's 1 millimeter air holes. So that's that part. The I just got through saying it's reverse threaded. I'm trying to put it on like a regular thread. The top firing cap is regular threaded itself. Top connections are copper, as you can see. It is first, let me just say that the mod itself, the entire mod, is made of 316L surgical steel, so it is top of the line stainless steel. Not surgical steel, stainless steel, I apologize. Alright, as you can see, as far as the bottom of the firing pin, this is for adjustments. Okay, this does come all the way out, this black Delrin piece, and you don't want to do it like this because all the guts will fall out. Right, so this does come out, and now you start getting into your connectors, your connectors. All right, so here is the 99% copper, 99.9% copper firing pin that goes. This is what makes contact with the battery. Okay, and the pin, the entire pin itself is spring loaded. All right, so you take that out, and then you have a copper spring in there as well. All right, we're going to set that down, and then the contact that makes the contact that makes contact with your atomizer looks like that. Okay, this is the top part, and this part with the rounded edge is what the spring sits on, and then this bottom connector fits in just like that, and that's how it sits. Okay, so it is a floating pin, spring-loaded floating pin. All right, and then you're left with your top. Just so everybody knows, you take off the airflow control ring. This black piece right here does come out. I don't know the purpose of it being able to come out, but it does come out if I can get a grip on it. There it goes. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, for video time, I'm not going to take it out unless I can get it out. Okay, no. Anyway, just so everybody knows, this does unscrew. It just I had it out earlier, and I guess I might have put it in a little too tight. But this black Delrin piece does come out. All right, so that's your top part for your top connections. I'm going to start putting it back together. All right, black Delrin up top. Take your top piece, okay, and the flat part goes upside down, okay, not the circle part, okay, not the part that's rounded. All right, you want that part that goes inside like this. All right, and that's what makes contact with your atomizer. And then you're going to put your copper spring back in, and then the bottom contact that goes over it, just like so. All right, now you're going to take your other piece. This is the adjustable part, and you just screw it in just like that. All right, so now you have your spring loaded firing pin. I'm going to put this airflow control ring back on. It is reverse threaded, remember that? Alright, just like so. Okay, I'm going to take out the battery. On the back, you have these two big gaping holes cut into the mod itself. This is going to be a personality trait, I guess you could say. Either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. I personally like it. It's different. I'm not too sure what the purpose of these holes are, but I am willing to bet that it has something to do with battery venting. If for some reason your battery begins to vent, this is probably where the air comes out, because looking at the bottom firing button and even the locking ring, there isn't any there's no holes for venting, okay, that I've seen yet. I may be wrong, but so far that I've seen, I've taken it apart once, I haven't seen anything. There is this this engraving right here. I'm pretty sure it's Korean, and I have a feeling that it stands for TAD, that it means TAD. I could be wrong, I don't know, I don't speak Korean. If anybody who knows Korean or knows somebody who is Korean, and you see this, let me know if it's TAD or not. Okay. The lettering itself on the mod first is engraved quite deep. and I like that. You know, it's I don't know if you can see it, but you can see it's got a pretty deep cut inside there, so it feels nice. Um, so here's the tube. The threading on it is great. You know, it's it's like butter. You know, and that's one thing that I absolutely love. The bottom and as well as the top. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the threading at all. I haven't had anything lock up. You know, and that's one great thing that I love about this mod. All right, let's talk about the bottom. The bottom firing pin is copper, okay? And as you can see, the throw on this is very, very minimal. I like that. For some reason, I've been loving mods that have a very short throw on them, all right? I don't know why, I just have been. This locking ring is reverse threaded as well. And if you can tell, it's literally a half a turn. Half a turn to 3/4 of a turn, and it locks and unlocks. That has got to be one of my favoriteest pieces. My most favorite thing about this mod has got to be this locking ring, because, you know, my turtle ship, my my TU, and even the Panzer, hell, even the Hades that I just used, they were all, you know, you all had to do like 2 or 3 spins to get them to lock and unlock. Not this thing, man. This thing has got such a light throw on it. Like literally, it's locked and then unlocked. I love that thing. Okay. So, reverse threaded pin, and you see this black Delrin. This is adjustable. Okay. It does screw in and out. Alright, that's all the way out. And this is for battery rattle, just so everybody knows, and that's all the way in. Okay, now let's get inside of this thing. As you can see, that has a pretty decent sized slit in it, so you want to use something that's going to fit it well. I suggest not using a small screwdriver like most of you are probably used to building on. If you have a flathead screwdriver, like an actual flathead screwdriver, a big one, I highly suggest using that. I don't right now, so I'm using a butter knife. Okay. This contact as well is reverse threaded. All right, so and I have it in there quite tight. Alright, there you go. So we're going to take this out. Alright. And there's your bottom contact, just like right there. It's pretty decent size, you know. The threading in it's very good. It's nice and tight. There's absolutely no wobble in it, which is great. Alright. And then you have your button with a very beefy copper spring in that thing. Look at that. That's a beast of a spring, man. You know, it's almost, it reminds me of the Hades, the spring in the Hades mod, which wasn't copper, but just as beefy as it is. I like that. That is what contributes to the light throw. You know, if you can look down inside here. There's not a lot of room. As you can tell, this spring is just about as long as the entire thing, the entire firing button. So when you have it set down inside there, it sticks out, you know, a good spring and a half. So when you take this button and you put it down in there and you screw that firing pin all the way in, it literally has just a little bit of throw in there. And I think that's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. So this locking ring does come off, like I said, as earlier, it is reverse threaded. And then you have your adjustable Delrin, which now you can take completely off now that the battery or the contact is in. Okay, so that's it. You know, that's the entire mod taken to pieces. So we're going to put it back together, and we're going to talk about a couple different, at least one more flaw that I'm not too thrilled about. So let's put this together real quick, and we'll talk about that. Yep. And I haven't had any issues with this locking ring locking up either. None whatsoever. I'm very pleased with that as well. Alright. This is a question that I get asked quite often. If you're experiencing your mod, the firing button getting extremely hot whenever you're firing it, I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10 this is the reason, but I will say most of the time this is the reason. It's because your firing pin isn't screwed down all the way. Alright, so basically what happens is if you have a firing pin that is loose from the button itself, the threads are loose, it's not screwed all the way down, that heat is trying to find its way out through the gaps. Okay, so it's going through the threads that are connected, and then it's making the open spaces hot, which in turn makes the button hot. So to eliminate that, take your bottom firing pin off and screw the pin all the way down. If it's still getting hot, you might just have to do a rebuild or get a new battery. Maybe your battery's venting or whatnot, but I don't know. You know, anytime it's gotten, any of my mods have gotten, you know, the bottom firing pin has gotten hot, it's primarily because the actual bottom firing pin wasn't tightened all the way. Alright, so just so everybody knows, try and keep your I check my firing pins at least once a day, you know, just to make sure everything's tight. Alright, so we're going to put this back on here. I'm going to put our VTC4 back in here, and then we're going to put the top back on. And as you can hear, absolutely no battery rattle, and it's one thing that I absolutely love. Okay, one thing that I'm not too crazy about is this top piece. Okay, you can see the lip right here. All right, the only way to eliminate that lip, to make it sit flush, is to unscrew it just a tad, and then you have this gap there. Alright, now the only time it looks halfway decent with the gap is when it is matched with the locking ring, and that's it. You know, other than that, you can't get rid of it. Okay, now my other complaint is I have 6 atomizers, one of them being the mirror tank. Out of the 6 atomizers, tanks and drippers that I have, only 2 sit flush with this mod. I've put on 2 IGOs, I've put on the mirror, so there's 3, and I put on my Stellaire, and none of them have sat flush. The Brass Monkey and the Tugboat are the only 2 that sit all the way down. Okay, now if you want to eliminate this gap, like I said, you have to twist this locking ring, the airflow control locking ring for the top of the mod. You can either twist it all the way up, but then you still have this gap, or you can twist it down a little bit, to where it's just about even, and that's about where I keep it, you know. So looking at it, you know, with the brass monkey on there, it looks like a very, very sleek mod, you know. Overall performance, I'm very happy with this mod. I would say that this is a high-end mod. You can pick this up at several different places. We at Boca Vapes do sell this mod. So if you are interested in this mod and you live in the South Florida area, stop by Boca Vapes, come check it out, come see me. I'll show it to you. I'll put an atomizer on it, let you vape it if you want. And well, I don't know if I'll be allowed to do that. Maybe, you know, with the owner standing there, you know, with it being a high-end mod. So overall, I would have to give this first mod by Tad 8 out of 10. It sucks because it is such a beautiful mod, you know, and it's not a bad mod at all, but just a couple different things that, you know, don't really fit my fancy. I have to knock off some points for it, but other than that, it's a great mod. It hits very well. Todd from Todd's Reviews did a voltage drop testing on it, and he said that there was absolutely zero voltage drop. So that's great. I do love that. All right, so let's put some juice on here, and we'll show y'all some cloud capability from this thing. All right, this is the brass monkey. All right, I have a dual center posted 23 gauge 6 wrap. This is coming in at about 0.2 ohms, right around my sweet spot. So as you can see, the first mod by Tad vapes extremely well. I'm super excited to see what else he comes out with. I will be doing a review on the mirror atomizer. For those of you who don't know about the mirror atomizer is a Genesis style atomizer. You can actually take the 510 connector pin and take it from the bottom and put it at the top, switch a couple of tubes from bottom to the top, and it'll go from an Aqua style Genesis atomizer to a K-Fun Genesis style atomizer. For those of you who don't know the difference, the Aqua atomizer is where the coils in your wicking is on top and your juice is set below. Okay, and everybody who has a K-Fun, the coil's on the bottom and the juice is at the top. Okay, so very, very cool atomizer. I didn't find it was anywhere near as difficult to build on as most of the reviews said. It did take a little bit to build on it, but it's a pretty cool Addy. So I will have a review up for that hopefully within a week. So yeah, that's about it. And this concludes my review of the first mod by Tad. Alright, I appreciate everybody checking out the video. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about it. If you pick one up, I think that you will enjoy it. Like I said, it's got some things that I don't necessarily think are great, but overall it is a very, very good high-end mod. Alright, I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. Vape on, vape safe, and as always, stay cloudy. See ya.